Lovely to see everyone here today. Peru is also a good surfing location, Lucy. So if you're interested in going surfing, you could definitely go down there too. Tinka listed on the TSXV. We own one of the largest undeveloped zinc polymetallic deposits in the Americas, and with a lot of potential to expand it. This is how the project looks. We're up in the high Andes of central Peru, but it's like a high plateau, public road, and only 100 kilometres from the brand new Chinese port that was built on the coast of Peru at Chancay. So there's very strong relationships between Peru and China. So as I mentioned, it's a large resource, very good infrastructure. We published a PEA back in early 2024, a preliminary economic assessment, really strong economics on this project, long mine life, and pretty conservative metals prices. Two of our largest investors are mining companies in the region, in our local region. Buenaventura and Nexa both own 19% of our shares up there in Vancouver. We did recently announce a strategic review, trying to determine what is the best way to maximise value for our shareholders. So there's some news to follow relatively soon. Here's our market cap, only $28 million market cap. We've spent around 50 or 60 million Canadian in the last 5 or 6 years drilling this project out. So I'm a geologist, worked many years down in Peru, and know the country inside out. Got a fantastic team down there in Lima, building a really solid project down there in Peru. So let's look at some maps here. So this part of Peru, which is central part of the country, is the second or third largest zinc producer in the world, the second or third largest silver producer in the world, and has a bunch of different mines, giant sized mines down to kind of mid-sized mines. It's a major producer. There's ports. We're only 100 kilometres from the port, either in Callao in Lima or the brand new Chinese port there in Chancay. Public roads, plenty of water in this region, and also the infrastructure like power lines was also pretty decent. And our major investors have mines, and in the case of Nexa, a refinery nearby as well. So lots of really good infrastructure nearby here. The deposit itself is a skarn deposit, hosted in limestones. We've drilled nearly 100,000 metres of drilling on this property over the years. The different colours here, which is like a map showing the areas that we've drilled out. The red and the blue highlight the main part of what we call the zinc zone, which is zinc, silver and lead. There's 30 million tonnes of around 6% zinc plus lead, silver and indicated resources, and about another 30 odd million tonnes of inferred resources. So it's already a pretty large resource. It's still open at depth and along strike. Beneath it is actually a tin deposit. It's a bit unusual in this part of the world. Here we are in central Peru, nowhere near Bolivia, which is more known for its tin, but there's actually a tin resource here. Around 15 million tonnes of resources in tin. Most of that is in the inferred category. As I mentioned, just beneath the zinc, completely open at depth and undrilled. And there's a late stage silver zone, which we call, basically these are veins which cut across, which are higher grade in silver. This is part of the zinc deposit here, really high grades, 10 metres at 42% in one particular hole, 29 metres at 20% zinc, 35 metres at 19%. So within the deposit itself, there's some super high grade zones. This was the PEA mine plan, which I won't focus on too much other than to say that long mine life, diversified revenue from zinc, tin, silver and lead, but it is mostly a zinc deposit, as I've already mentioned. Metallurgically, we've done a lot of work, especially on the zinc lead silver circuit, producing zinc concentrates and a silver lead concentrate, ultimately when this becomes in production, and also a decent amount of tin as well in a tin concentrate. We reckon there's probably about 3 years of permitting to go. So at the earliest, we're probably 3 years away from actual production here at Ayawilca. This is a cross-section along the trend of what we believe is the main feeder. The tin here is highlighted in black, so it forms these like big sulfide lenses at the base of the limestone, which is in blue. And then the green rocks underneath are the basement rocks, which presumably there's a feeder zone coming up through. That feeder zone has never been drilled. There's a tin copper stockwork actually that's down there. That's quite good grade tin and copper, but we've never actually drill tested the depth potential down underneath this thing. The zinc kind of sits around the edges and above it and around the kind of outside. So it's a classically zoned Peruvian system. In this case, there's tin and copper rather than just a copper porphyry. This is not really a porphyry, but it's kind of a bit of a similar beast. Our relationships with the communities are really very good. We've been working with these communities now for a number of years. It's a win-win situation. These guys are really looking after employment opportunities, so we try to employ as many people as we can. And generally speaking, there's a absolutely fantastic relationship between us and the workers. And the workers in our local communities who live down the mountain. We're basically on top of the mountain. The community's living down the bottom of the mountain. Here's some of our employees from a couple of years ago, looking pretty happy in these photographs. We do have another property just 20 kilometres away, an undrilled copper gold skarn. This one was bought from BHP. We own it 100%. They have a 1% NSR royalty. It's a large-scale property. There's a number of different areas. This is what we call Area A. We've taken surface samples. We don't believe this was ever sampled previously. And some really high-grade copper-gold skarn mineralisation with no arsenic, actually. It's just chalcopyrite and gold mineralisation in skarn. Never drilled. We're hoping that this is going to be drill permitted in the next month or two, and this will be drillable later in 2025. This is what the terrain looks like. It's a little window in a glaciated valley in the high Andes of central Peru, a virgin prospect that we picked up from BHP just a couple of years ago. Just based on our resources at Ayawilca, our evaluation is really very low. This we believe is going to be a mine, and it's just a question of when. This is an enterprise value divided by the size of the resource. So, we've got a lot of upside there in terms of value just based on what's in the ground. So, just the last slide. Why Tinka? We've got quality projects. Ayawilca, we believe, is going to be a mine. It's just a question of when. We've got some quality investors. Very well located. A lot of good infrastructure in this part of the world. The project, just on the basis of the economics, looks really, really good. And then we've got the upside as well for the copper gold discovery, which we haven't even drilled yet. Attractive valuation for incoming shareholders. Any questions, please come and see me at the booth. Drop me an email, drop me a WhatsApp, send me a text, whatever. Look me up on LinkedIn. Thanks very much for your time. Lucy, I'll hand it back to you. Gracias.